like, oh yeah, you're bullying. Okay, well, tell me how I am. And if I am a bully, honestly, I'll stop what I'm saying. But
I don't know. I just think that it's very at best it's unkind to. I just don't feel like it was very nice. And if you say
how,
that you
what wasn't very nice?
just having a live discussion on TikTok and inviting people to share their opinions and discussing her body and saying that because of her body, she should be banned from social media and et cetera, et cetera.
That
I
didn't
just, that's why.
that
And
didn't really
that's
happen though.
bullying?
Like the question that was asked of people, and certainly people made comments, right? Because people are going to end up saying what they're going to
There's,
say, but like the question wasn't like about her body and like what do you think about
I
how
didn't say that.
it looks.
Yeah.
It was about like should she be allowed to be on TikTok or like be on lives, and
And
definitely like that's
unage restricted. Okay.
yeah.
So thank you, sweetheart. Yeah. What I was asking was, do you guys agree that she should be age restricted, unage restricted now? Is what I was asking. Like,
Um,
how is she allowed back to, because, okay, I've got a couple theories, guys. Let me know what you think. My first one is that TikTok banned her because there's a lot of parents like freaking suing people like TikTok.
uh-huh.
And so they were like, nah. And then she started eating, she started covering up, she did everything she could. It took about 6 months. So finally she's back, and now she's towing the line. Because, as we all know, she was in live stream, she was like, oh, F everybody, blah, blah, blah. She was friends with Jeffree, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So now she has claimed that she's eating, she's doing so good, she's
I don't think
covering
she's
up.
actually really claimed anything. That's kind of what annoys me about her. Is she doesn't say either way. She leaves it. I mean, I guess it's because it's her
But have
business.
you seen her dancing
I've
around?
seen the couple of videos where she takes a bite of food and looks like she hates it just for the camera, and the fact that she's covering up more
Yeah,
and
and
wearing
that's what
like
I'm saying. And
she's
that's what
doing
I'm
that.
saying.
I have a theory on that as well, and this is going back to speaking about her family and her parents. She and some people were talking about the Shane Dawson, the documentary, are about referring to back when she went
Where
to
she finally
treatment.
admitted it, but now she
Well,
took it back.
barely. I mean, it's very hard for her to say it for whatever reason, and that's private to her. Either way,
Okay.
we all can see it. But what I'm saying is to even have any interview with Shane Dawson to do anything, she had lawyers present at the time. Her mother has two like full time, like expensive, big lawyers on retainer at all times. I think what was happening is there was so much mass reporting going on around that time when there was that live fest thing going on that she was really trying to get on. She did a couple of those like 12
I
hour
think
straight.
people report her all the time, but sorry, go ahead.
Well, what was
I'm sorry.
happening is there was this big thing about live fest. Do you remember that? It
Yeah.
was like everyone was trying to go, whoever won got to go to like LA and do whatever. And I
Yeah.
think she really was trying to win that. And in that
Hmm.
process, a lot of people either came across her for the first time or started coming across her a lot. And in her streams, you would see so many comments, whatever. There was mass reporting going on, and TikTok is like, well, this bitch makes us a ton of money. We don't want to lose her. We don't really care. I think that's genuinely what it is. They don't care. But she makes a lot of money. At the same time, there's like hundreds and thousands of reports on all her videos. So they had to do something so that people wouldn't. They had to do a little something, but I feel like 100% there was legal, like maybe her attorney said that she was being discriminated against, and they allowed her back on, and then under her lawyer's advice, they said, "Look, just cover up some because it'll."
Her lawyers have
shutting up.
definitely told her, like, come on. She got banned from TikTok for like 5 fucking months. Sorry, I cussed. Everybody calm down.
That's okay.
All the trolls in the chat, calm.
I'll get my hand off the big red button.
Okay, thank you. She got banned, like, considerably. And
well,
like, I'm telling you right now, to be honest, I have a stock account because she has this account of mine blocked. I have a stock account.
Right.
And I, like, reported a lot of her videos, and boom, like, I report them, they came back, they're like, this is age restricted, younger kids can't see that.
Oh yes, that. So did you make that right around the time that she was age restricted?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was strange because people who were following her before that point were able to see certain things. Honestly, I don't feel like anyone under 18 even needs to be on TikTok any damn ways. Get your kids, like if you're, I don't know, maybe 14 or 16 and up. I don't know, but the same time that the live stream thing was going on and she was starting to become friends with Jeffree. What's that?
Sorry.
What's that?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was
in the chat.
She also, at that same time, Jeffree Star was age restricted as well. I don't know whether or not he still is, but his was more, people were, I think they were alleging that he was doing some type of drugs on camera.
Oh, come on.
And that's really why they were age restricting him.
All right,
I don't know.
Do we really believe that Jeffree Star and Eugenia Cooney have been friends since MySpace days? Come on.
No, that whole thing is a silly joke. I mean, honestly, she's very the whole thing with her being obsessed with him is just beyond
very
weird. Lives together.
What's that?
Jeffree
on TikTok, they had like lives that were not like they were sitting in the same room together, but like when they have the two accounts side by side.
Oh yeah, all the time. They were live streaming together all the time, and then she went to his house and stayed several days.
No. TikTok times? No. Jeffree's trying to say that he knew Eugenia way back in MySpace days. So that would be predatorial.
Knowing of her and knowing her.
Jeffree Star.
I think
Jeffree Star is an opportunist. Jeffree Star, you know what? I give him fucking hella claps because that dude knows what he's doing. He is going to keep on and keep on moving on. He has been through, let's go through it. He's been through being homeless. He's been through Manny MUA, Laura MUA, all of them. Jackson.
Also, he's battled eating disorder, drug addiction as well.
Well,
but
also said
he kept going, moving up.
Horrible stuff.
And then he moved on to, he is always reinventing himself. Jeffree Star is a fucking genius.
So where does Eugenia come in for him?
He's with now fucking, what's her name that killed her mom?
Gypsy Rose.
Yeah.
I know. It's because it keeps people talking about him, and that's the same reason why the Kardashians had her on those the show, the season this year too. I mean, as a business standpoint, yeah. Also, not only that, but if you do happen to watch Eugenia's content or whatever she posts on anything, she's always just basically a walking fucking Jeffree Star Cosmetics commercial.
Yep.
I mean,
And
honestly.
then he comes in and then he gives her all these stars and whatever. Like, he gives her fucking rare unicorn poses.
Right, I know. And then they do this little stupid back and forth about sending hundreds of dollars. It's all so fucking stupid. But I'm sorry, I'm looking at these comments. Jeffree Star and Jew.
I have a thought.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Sorry, let me pause my
You
TV.
had a thought? Hello.
I did.
I have a thought.
Hang on.
If I could-
let it cook. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear some thoughts.
I just know that I got down to a really low weight, and it was by not eating and going vegan. And I feel really bad for her because she's gone years like this, and I'm finally healthy and good and gained 15 pounds. I'm 5'6", 140. But I feel really bad for her because she's trying to pretend that she doesn't have a problem, but you can see it in her physical body. Like, her teeth look bigger than her face, and it's just a lot of things. Her arms.
Everybody always gets mad when I say, like, when she's talking, she's always like, oh, hi. Oh, hi. But it's because her face can't, like, her mouth can't close. And her spit is falling out.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look
Yeah,
back
the
at
little slurping sound she makes. I don't know. I think it also your salivary glands, whatever. I think they also become affected by eating disorder. But yeah, she doesn't like the buccal fat on her face. It's non-existing. Her teeth look like they've grown. How do you like your teeth have grown? I think she's actually lost weight in her gums.
All right, listen.
Possible.
Here we go. Okay, this is how I get pinned as a bully, right? We're all talking about it.
No, I wish the best.
It's only making Jennifer. It's only making fun of her. If it's not fun, we're talking about. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to argue with that girl. But anyways,
no, I see what you're saying. We are saying that she talks and she's like, and it drives me freaking crazy. Is why I can't listen to her. She talks and she's like. It's because her mouth now she's become so emaciated that she cannot close her lips.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're not making fun of her speech by talking about it, okay? Okay, whatever.
No, I'm not trying to make fun of her.
No, I'm talking to the Jennifer with the 2 flowers in the comments. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Bullies how? Yeah. Tell us.
I think
that's what we're asking. How are we bullies? If we're stating the obvious, how is that a bully? Come on, come up.
I still have issues with eating things, but I know that I need to eat.
Right. Okay, but let me ask you something though, Charlene.
Okay.
If you were, say, at your worst, when you were at the sickest or your lowest weight, whichever that was, do you think that if someone was saying to you, like, you're not healthy, you're going to influence other people to want to be like you because they can see you because you're posting videos. You shouldn't be allowed on the internet. What would you feel about that?
I would agree with that because she's influencing younger, teenage kids to think that this is okay, and it's not.
It's not.
I
All right,
I see.
so go ahead.
I just
No,
want
I
to
was
come up and
I was
say
just
that someone that has an
May
eating
I?
disorder
Hang
is
on.
not going to
I just
willingly
went
come up and
vegan,
say they
and
have
Whoa,
that's
one.
what did
whoa,
it
whoa,
for
whoa, whoa,
me.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Okay, go ahead.
whoa, 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 whoa. Finish your thought, my
I had a
love, and then
sister
we got.
who had one, and it took her months to announce to us that she had one. We knew she had one, but she was terrified to tell us it is more than an eating disorder. Like, they're not going to come out and willing to say that they have one. They might know that they have one, but they're not going to come out willingly to say it unless they're
Hmm.
ready to get the help that they need for it.
Potentially,
okay.
not always.
But what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
It has
Bullying.
a lot to do with Eugenia because she has an eating disorder and she's not going to come out and
Do you
willingly say
feel
she
I'm
has one. She
bullying
may
her?
know a little bit, yeah. Like, because even though,
Okay,
like, yeah,
how?
she might be like a little underweight, but at the same time, who
A
knows what she's
little?
actually
Are
going
you?
A
through? You
little?
never
She's way
know.
underweight.
No,
Did you
she
see her
is.
arms?
But at the same time, there's no reason to discriminate her if she's struggling or not. Like, she knows she's struggling. She may not come
Okay,
out and willingly say
but,
it
hun, okay, listen. How am I bullying her? Can
because
you
you're
tell me that?
discriminating her, like, by her weight. Like, yeah, she's unhealthy, but, like, at the same time, like, who
That's
knows if she's not, you don't know, like, what she's struggling with. You don't know if she's getting help. Like, you don't know her as a person. You never know what someone's struggling with.
I kind of
But
see, and I do kind of agree. That's kind of what I was saying, is that it's discriminating against her. Whether you could not like her, not like anything about her, but imagine if she were someone who was just more likable. Victoria, for example, is just someone that you would just see as a friend or that you think is a cool person in every other way, except for the fact that they've got the eating disorder. Somebody that you think is just a really rad, she's a cool person, plant person, just like you. You adored everything she did, but she had an eating disorder. Would you think then, oh, we shouldn't see her because she's ill? Or is it worse because you just dislike Eugenia's personality, the shrill voice, the gaslighting, and all the other things that she's known for? Because it's still the same thing when it comes down to it, is discriminating against them because you're ill or because you look a certain way. You can't be seen. And where do you draw the line? And that
I
And
mean,
it
like,
also has a
I
lot to
think
do with her mother, too.
we're
Like, multiple
ignoring the
things that can
context.
cause an eating disorder.
Like,
Like,
we're
my
okay,
ignoring.
sister
hot
used to
take.
have one
Hang
really
on,
bad
guys.
to the
Okay,
Hang
point
on,
I
where she
can
guys.
should
say
have been
from
hospitalized.
experience, if I can say, um, her being that thin, even though she's online and doing her makeup, most of the time she's sleeping and laying down because she's
absolutely.
Okay,
lethargic.
hot take. Hang on. Hot take. What do you guys think about maybe she suffered something so traumatic? All right,
Probably.
her brother, all right, listen, hear me out. Her brother was removed from the home. She also had a lot of bullying. Do you think maybe her mom is just like, I'm never ever gonna let her be traumatized like that again, and I am just going to coddle her?
I
What
think
do you think?
I'm never
Possibly.
gonna let her go.
I feel like it's similar to someone who has a child who's an addict. They're willing to have them in their life and support them as long as they have them around.
But did you guys
The
hear
It's
what I
mother
called
is
said?
enabling.
mom is not living off of her Lisa Coleman. Her mom is loaded. They don't need Eugenia's money.
Yeah,
That's
they
just
don't. They don't.
they.
But did you hear what I said? Like,
Yes,
do you think maybe Eugenia suffered so much trauma that her mom is just like coddling her now?
It
I
probably
don't
does
think.
Because,
have a lot to do with her mother, but at the same time, there's other things that could have caused her ED.
Well, I'm saying also her mother is enabling her.
I feel like my hot take on it is that her mom. I don't know if any of you actually watched her like YouTube. Yeah, speculation. We're talking.
Yes,
Um,
of course.
so this girl. I don't know if you've seen any of her videos, but there was one where she was
Uh-huh.
gardening. Does anyone watch any of her YouTube videos?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone
Yes,
remember the
I
she's
don't remember
gardening
that one.
one where she was learning how to garden with her mom?
Mm-hmm.
No.
yeah,
And
and
she
then
was
she
being,
got weird
she got
about
so scared
having
about the dirt and then about the bee.
yeah.
And there was a couple of little moments where it kind of slipped, where you could see how bratty and like how I could just imagine her throwing an absolute fucking fit about having to eat or having to do a certain stuff. I'm sure that if her mom has tried, she cannot. You can't make someone want to be better or to think differently. You can't heal someone with your love or your force or
They're
will.
gonna have to want it.
Yeah, but I think
You
her
can't
mom.
change
Absolutely.
anybody. They want it for
Because like I
themselves.
remember
Yeah.
there were
Period.
several times like where like when my sister was, I would go up and like ask her because like my mom knew like and she wouldn't willingly tell her and she would just straight lie through my like through her teeth. Like she took months to tell us until
And your sister has?
she's good now.
Oh my God! Thank God.
Imagine if it were.
God.
But like it was bad. Like
Yeah, but if it was a decade-long thing towards the end, your mother, once it was obvious, it wasn't a secret. There's a big, you know, everyone. I'm sure everything in that house and everything revolves around Eugenia. She probably has a couple of very safe foods. She has a couple of places that she. I'm sure she's so particular about things. Her mom after 10 plus years is probably exhausted and will just enjoy any time she has left with her daughter, because the irreparable damage on the inside that we can't see is astronomical. My mother, after she recovered from her eating disorder that nearly took her life, it took so long for her liver and for her kidneys to be functioning even somewhat normally, well after she was at a healthy weight and had been, even if you're maintaining it, the damage is just done. And if her mom knows that and knows that there might not be, any day could be the last day, she's just going to just quietly deal with it. And I also just
All right.
think her
All
mom
right.
is very.
All right, love.
I will tell you one thing because I had this issue, but luckily it was only 3 years. I mean, it could have been worse.
Okay, let's. This is
I had health issues because of it. I had to have 9 blood transfusions and 2 plasma because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to get your gastrointestine. I had to have surgery to fix it because
all
I was
right, love.
throwing up blood.
Listen.
She
I
might be going through the same thing,
Okay, love.
but everybody's different.
No, she's not. Okay, listen. Everybody's different. My point here on this life, and probably the next life I'm gonna come up with the same one. None of you have proven to me how I bully Eugenia, because I
I
don't.
think because you don't agree with what I said on my
that was
reason why I think you're
discriminating.
bullying her, that you don't agree with it, so you dismiss it. I mean, I brought up
That's
my.
I
not
think the thing
bullying.
is, though,
All right,
that
guys. Hey, I gotta
I'm
go.
not dismissing
I
it.
also brought up my point.
All right, but none of you have
And I'm not
ever.
trying to put her down, but I just think she needs to get
I'm not
healthy.
Yeah, like I'm
either.
not gonna put her down either. Like
Okay, no, neither am I. All right, so that's what I'm saying. None of you have proven a point of how I'm bullying. I'm not bullying. Good night. I'll be back